Okay guys, welcome to part 2 of the chronograph collection. I have 3 more watches for you in this. I'm blessing you guys, dropping 2 videos in 2 days, so let's get started. So far we've gone over 3 chronographs, one being a Mark Anthony, next one was being a Invicta chronograph, and then a Casio chronograph. So we went over 3 so far, we have many more to go, and this time they get pricier and a little cooler. So let's get going on with our first one. Meet the Invicta Rally S1. This beast of a watch was very well worn in high school throughout the time because I was into bigger timepieces. But this has a couple other different features. First off, it's extremely rare to find, to purchase actually. You can't really buy them, especially on this specification. I lost one of the hands on the indicators. That's basically how much I wore it. But it's a heavy thing. It's quartz. Obviously Invicta, but it's got a really cool case back. There you go. And then there's the dial side. Not only does this have a chronograph that goes up to an hour, again, excuse me, not an hour, 30 minutes, 30-minute chronograph. You also get a day indicator, which is pretty cool. So the day of the week indicator and the day of the month. So you get a little more calendar options for it as well. But it's extremely rare. Picked it up for $1,500. I still have the tag, and this was years and years ago. I tried to look it up. Still goes for that much all these years later, but you can see that it is falling apart pretty good. And I'd love to wear it again. 100 meters water resistant. You got really cool pushers. It's a bulky piece. Like look at that. Like it doesn't even fit my wrist. It barely fits my wrist. No, it doesn't. My wrist is a lot smaller than that timepiece, but I used to wear it all the time. I scratched it up since it is mineral crystal. It's a very good watch. Invicta, obviously. I'm interested to see if these are more attainable now than they used to be, but I'll do some close-up pictures of it here, and then we'll get on to some stories with it. So obviously from this point, last point was in elementary school I wore these. Next, we're going to go into high school. So this is one of the high school watches that I wore all the time. Not every day, but every other sort of day kind of thing. You know, I wear a different one every day. I don't do that anymore because I have favorites. It's just like my guitars. I love playing one guitar rather than multiple. So this one I wore every now and again, all the time, every now and again. And messed up the crystal, but it was one of my favorite ones to wear. And yeah, this is just a bulky watch, and it's a limited edition, and I don't wear it anymore, mainly because it doesn't run, but I don't know, pretty cool watch though. $1,500 at the time was pretty good. I bought it on a cruise. Actually, I took it with me to Florida because we had to make a different stop because there was tornadoes in the area as we were going to fly back to where we are. And there was a tornado, so we had to drive over to my aunt's house and just live there. So I got this chronograph, and then I got another Invicta. That's not a chronograph, so it won't be featured in this video. But yeah, we're going to do a chart. Okay, so this next one's extremely rare, hence why it's in a box. Now, it's a Ferrari watch, but it's extremely limited, and it has a huge, really cool story behind it. So 3 or 4, maybe 5, a long time ago, right when I was 18. So about 4 years ago, I went to Italy, and I got a couple watches. This one is extremely rare. I'll explain what the 136 means and all that other stuff. But so I mentioned during one of my videos that Ferrari stopped producing their watches after a while. So it was like right after I bought this. So at the very end, when I was in Maranello, I went to a Ferrari museum, right? And I wanted to see what watches they had. So this I got like the GMT that I was mentioning in the which watch travels better video, but I didn't show, or something, some video like that, right? And I got that. I got the little cheapies with the money I got, and then my grandma and grandpa decided to throw a little bit of money my way as a graduation present. And well, I didn't pay for it, they did. And I got the and by the way, this has all the information on it, all the tags and things, and it still also says it on the bottom of the box is everything is with it, because I don't want to lose this box, mainly because of the value. It's a very nice leather case, Ferrari emblem on it, it's all stitched and stuff, but dun dun dun, here it is. This is the Ferrari Pilota Evo limited edition. So some fun things about this watch is, besides it being really rare, it has a whole list of playful things to do. It has an exposed date wheel, which is amazing. It's very well built, and the chronograph pushers are so silent. Just listen. And then the chronograph starts and that's the reset. It is Swiss made. It's got very cool leather stuff. It has all of the information on the back. It says limited edition, number 136 out of 299 built, ever made. It is water resistant up to 5 bar. You deploy it buckle, which is always really helpful and always nice. Chronograph minutes, and it has a 30-minute chronograph, I believe. 12-hour chronograph, rather, excuse me. But it's super duper cool. Quartz, of course, sapphire crystal, I believe, and it's super dope. I've only worn it 3 or 4 times due to the special and rareness of it and such. You can never find another one of these, so these sell. I paid about 800 and something euros for it. That's like about $1,000 USD, but these have skyrocketed up to $1,200 to $1,300. Amazing watches. I wore it to work 1 time, maybe 2 times. But yeah, that's it. Let's do the chart. All right, and a legend returns to this channel pretty soon. This one is more of a sport utility watch, but it has a chronograph feature. And it's once again, the Casio Edifice Solar EQB 501. This tank that was featured in another video, funny enough. The which travels better, the GMT Pepsi or the Casio, which is kind of funny because I have both of them here. But yeah, this Casio, thank God I went over all the features in the 2 videos ago, so I don't have to do it again. But I'll kind of throw it all into one, and then I'll tell you that cool story about it when I did the international travel again, and what I like about it and what I don't like about it. So welcome back, Casio Edifice. So the only time I've actually used the GMT feature on it, right, was when a couple years ago, right before the war broke out in Israel, between, you know, that whole dealio, getting over a cold, I wore this, and I just thought, hey, it would be something cool to wear. We made it to Turkey, but the GMT function worked really, really well. I rarely ever use the chronograph on it, but what's cool about it is you can switch the GMT to home time really quick on it. You can just swap them and then swap them back. But this has airplane mode, which I had to use. I don't know why. I can show how you do airplane mode, but I'm just going to say you just hold down the one of these for 4 seconds or something, and then it'll set the entire watch into airplane mode where it disables Bluetooth. But to get to your chronograph, which has a 12-hour chronograph, which is really nice, you will just, I'll do a close-up of it under the magnifier here for you, but anyways, it quite a few steps to get to there, and I love this watch and I hate this watch, but let's do that close-up real quick to explain how you... So, we're going to get to the chronograph feature of this. As you can see, it's just resetting. That's your GMT. That's the indicator, so it's currently 9:15 p.m. wherever I set it, which I need to set that properly again. But to get to your chronograph, you just push this one. Yeah, pretty cool. And this will all reset to this. And that's when you start your chrono, it's here. And then to tell your speed, like every chronograph, like I explained on one of my shorts, how to read and understand what's on the bezel, it's based off of a lap, right? Let's say I finish a lap in 15 seconds flat. It will show me that it's at 240 here, and this hand will corroborate that yes, you are going 240. So if you want to manually read it, read the outside bezel, and what it points to is your units an hour. So 240 miles an hour, and then this will also explain that you are going 240 miles an hour for a fact. And then you just reset it by pushing this, and then you can just go back to, this tells you if you have the alarm on. I do not. And then this resets it back to the current time. So, pretty cool watch. Okay, so the watch right now is outside charging because it's a solar watch. That's the real downside to it, but $375, you're getting a banger of a watch. Really kind of covered everything in a previous video, so it's gonna be a little short. But I made a little chart for you guys, and then alright guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Next one is gonna be higher valued items. Yay, where we're getting up into big boy numbers. And there's gonna be an honorable mention, I think, in the next clip. So there'll be, next video, there'll be a fourth one being added, but I don't have the fourth one. You'll find out about that next video. But today we've covered 3 great watches. The Invicta S1 Rally Limited Edition, really good chronograph. The limited edition Ferrari Pilota Evo, that cool watch. And then we also just did the Casio Edify Solar EQB 501, which we've covered in previous video, but still a great chronograph. I'm doing all of them. I'm not holding back. So thanks for hanging out, and come hang out with me at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Every day. I try to be there on time, but sometimes it's not directly to 10. Sometimes I'm tired, so it's like 9:30 or 9:40, but still, I'm there every day. And hang out with me there. Remember to like and subscribe. It's not that hard to like. Subscribing is free. Please do so. I'm trying to get monetized, so please. Take your pants off, Chris.